Hey Soul Tribe, welcome back to Diana's Magical Mermaid Tarot. Today we're going to be taking a look at what makes you so magnetic and alluring. What is it about you that draws them in? We're going to get a good look at that today. May all energies that we encounter here today be raised and aligned for the highest good in my viewers and myself. Amen. Okay, so let's begin. I keep trying to get this. She needs light, and I have light directly positioned above her, but she's not moving. But that's supposed to represent the energies here today. Whether you're a guy or a girl, we're going to be looking into what makes you so seductive, magnetic, and alluring. Why are people drawn into you? What is it about you? Okay. This is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. We have against the clock. Okay. So you may look younger than your years. This is part of why people are drawn to you. You don't necessarily look your age. Okay. I feel like you dress with a certain maturity, and you dress like you're from a certain era, but your face doesn't look like it's from that era, if you know what I mean. Like you might like to dress like you're from the 20s or something, the roaring 20s, but you may look like you were born in the early 90s or the 80s or something, you know. I also feel that you are, oh my goodness, sorry, let me make that more visible for you guys. You may be very dapper in the way you dress. You may dress really nicely. You know how to throw an outfit together. There's something very stately and refined about you. You're not basic, you know. You have like a certain style that is very interesting and makes people attracted to you, the way you dress. You might be very timely. Really good about being places on time. And if you're not, then it could be that there's some type of jewelry that you wear. Or it could also be that there's some type of jewelry that you wear people find very fascinating, the kind of jewelry you wear, perhaps on your fingers, maybe the kind of watch or timepiece that you carry. This is why people are drawn to you. It could also be the way you decorate your home. Interesting. You may your skin color may be very attractive to some people. Perhaps you tan very easily, or your skin is brownish, or you just have some type of a tint to your skin. Maybe it's got like an undertone that's very attractive or alluring, or it could be, there's something about your skin color. Okay, let's take a look. At the bottom of the deck, we got third eye blind. Okay, so you may be very fair skinned actually, and that could be part of what it is. So it doesn't matter what color you are. You could be dark, you could be light, but there's something about your skin color that is very appealing and draws people in. Okay, people find it kind of fascinating. You may be very mystical. You're able to sort of see through people. People can sense that you're reading them. People can sense that you can tell what's going on with them. People get this kind of vibe from you. It says here, third eye blind. And I feel like a lot of people who maybe are not very sensitive, like they're not psychic or anything, they can tell that you're psychic. They just feel like you are. You might have very blonde hair or have like streaks of platinum in your hair. If that's the case, people like that. People also feel like you're a sign of the times. Okay, you represent change. Okay, or something different. Okay, you may cause people to feel like they should make a change or transform something, like time's running out. Like you may make people feel outdated too. That's possible. Against the clock, you may make some people feel outdated, or you may make some people feel like you remind them of a certain era, and that pulls them in. Okay, so why do people, I'm not taking notes. I gotta shuffle first, guys. Why do people find my viewer magnetic and alluring? And why people drawn to my viewer? Why are people drawn to my viewer? People feel that you're constantly changing. That you're not stale. Even if you have a certain era that you prefer, there's something about your energy where it feels like you keep it fresh. You keep it fresh somehow. I don't know what it is. Like you're always transforming, always changing. Why are people drawn to my viewer? Why do people find my viewer? You are magnetic. You're very timely too. There might be something about you're always coming through at a certain time. You stick with a certain time. You're a stickler for time. We're getting escape, number 12. And this is Mars in Pisces. This is Mars is taking action, aggression. And Pisces represents emotion, sensitivity, and faith. So you take action when it comes to how you feel, okay? You take action. You follow your intuition, you follow your heart. People are drawn to this in you. You might be a psychic or an empath. People are drawn to you because you are very spiritual. We're getting the Buddha here. People are drawn to you because you have a good balance of energies within you. You're still, but when it's time to take action, you take action. People might be drawn to you because of the kind of vehicle that you drive. Also because of the... I feel like people find you magnetic because you're always on the go. You keep things moving. You're not stale. You're not stagnant. And you're also not spiritually stale or stagnant. You escape stagnation. You escape situations that are not good for the spirit. Okay? You're always on the move in that way. Alright? You don't stick around with negative, crappy energies. So I'm getting like you may have left someone behind who was not evolving, or left situations that were not moving, and they found you magnetic because of this. Okay? Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. We have impulsiveness. Again, more movement. People like you and are drawn to you because you got a lot going on. You keep things moving. Yeah. You're not the type to stick around. You're very spiritual, don't get me wrong, and you have your moments where you're meditative and you're praying, but you're not the type to stick around waiting for your luck to come in. Okay? You keep things moving. You're active. Okay? Also, people think that you're very lucky too. People think that you have good luck, that you seem very fortunate, and so people are very drawn to you because of this. Yeah, I'm getting also horsepower. Could be your car. You may have a sports car or a nice vehicle that you drive, and people find you, they're drawn to you because of that. And you're always on the go. You're always on the go. You're a stickler for time. There's a schedule that you keep up with. There's like a deadline to meet, a schedule that you keep up with. There's places to be, things to do, and so people are drawn to you because of this. Okay, let's see what else is coming through. So why are people drawn to my viewer? Why are people drawn to my viewer? Okay, we got vulnerability. Okay, so you keep it real. Keep it real. You're not putting up a front and pretending. You're not like you don't have you're not keeping airs. You're not keeping up airs or something. Yeah, you keep it real. You say what it is that you're feeling. Okay. People admire your strength. Okay, and they feel that it takes someone strong to say what it is they're really thinking and feeling. Right. A lot of times people like to just hold back what it is that they're thinking and feeling because they think that people are going to view them a certain way, or think they're softy, or think that they're weak or find out what their vulnerabilities are. And people find that you're not like this, that you say what it is. And at the same time, they feel that it is a strength of yours, because, you know, I almost get the feeling people see your vulnerabilities and see you say and speak out about what's going on. You're not pretending. And they think, man, that's impressive. I wish I could just say it when I'm hurt, or say it when I you know, what it is I'm actually feeling or thinking. I wish I had the balls, you know, like that kind of energy, right? So this is why people are drawn to you, because you keep it real. Okay, we have serenity. Also, you may be kind of on the buff side. You might work out. You may be in shape. Interesting. Next, we have serenity. You're a peaceful person. Okay, or especially with the butterflies all around, it could be that you're transforming into a peaceful person. Maybe you used to be more energetic. I'm not sure what it is, but I just feel like you're peaceful and you say it like it is. Okay, and people are drawn to this in you. People feel that you have peaceful energies just all around you, and where there is peace, there can be transformation, right? Maybe, I mean, there can be transformation in places where there's intensity as well, but it feels like they have peace of mind around you. Yeah, people feel they have peace of mind around you. Okay, by and large, this is the energy that you give off. People feel like they run to you too. That's what I'm seeing. I'm getting that people run to you to get away from what they don't like. Like you're like you are respite. You are a safe haven. Okay, this is part of why people feel drawn to you. You're a safe haven. Okay, you give them peace. You allow them to be vulnerable too. It's like you're a safe space. This is part of why people are drawn to you. Let's go ahead and get more information from these cards. This is from the Fairy Oracle deck. Oops, this is from the Fairy Oracle deck. Let's take a look at what the energies coming through are for you. Why are people drawn to my viewer? 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 We have cry for nature. Okay. Mourning for something sacred which seems lost. You have a heart. You have a heart. You give a damn. Beautiful viewer, you do. Your heart is big. You are crying out for if something, you know, where everybody's trying to, like I said, putting on airs or putting up a stiff upper lip or turning their noses up. You are like, no, this sucks, and we need to talk about this. Or, okay, fine, nobody cares, but I'm gonna mourn the loss of this thing. Okay, so it's like you're doing the crying for everyone else. People see you lamenting and they feel the same, but they can't bring themselves to do it like you are, to put it out there like you are, to show it like you are. They prefer to be quiet about it and be stoic. And you show your heart, you show the feeling, you are honest. You know, they feel that you're honest on behalf of everyone else. Honestly, okay. So you're a bit of an angel, my beautiful viewer. You're an angel, okay. And your heart is pure. Okay, I'm sorry, but that's what I'm seeing. I'm getting purity, as in there is. You come through. You speak clearly. Your heart speaks clearly. Your heart chakra is not blocked. Beautiful viewer, it is not. Okay, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. We have Little Boy Blue. Dreams come true. Return of the soul. Oh, I love that. Return of the soul. So I am getting that you're a very hopeful person. You fill people with hope. Um, you have a certain innocence about you that is very refreshing, and it makes people, like, your inner child is alive and happy. This is part of why people are attracted to you and drawn into you, your inner child. And this is part of what fuels your intuition, because your heart is open and you speak the language of the heart. It feels like you just fill everyone with hope. You fill everyone with hope that it is possible for the language of the soul to be spoken. Okay. I'm also getting like you may have a beautiful children. That's a very specific message. People are drawn to you because of your beautiful child or children, or maybe your young ones or your vulnerable ones, maybe a little pet. You're in touch with your inner child, and you express the language of your inner child very well. People feel that you bring them good luck. When they come around you, good things happen. They feel that you restore them spiritually. Okay, you help kind of like reset them and give them a spiritual Zen vibe that they don't get anywhere else. They get it from you. Yeah. There's just this old-fashioned vibe people get from you. You don't look old. You don't come off old. You have a young vibe. You have young energy. You have a young look. Okay? So I'm just getting like a baby vibe, young, youthful vibe from you a little bit. That draws people in. Your heart draws people in. Your peacefulness draws people in. Your ability to restore hope and make people, bring their inner child back alive again, right? Gives people hope. Okay? You may have a cause that you care greatly about. Perhaps you have a bleeding heart. There's something you care about greatly that you're like, no, we have to save the trees, or no, we have to care about the starving children, and if there are babies, there are babies in the world that are need to be protected, and there's some cause you care greatly about, and you will not forget it. Perhaps you care a lot about children, and you will not know. You're like, no, we have to care about the kids. Maybe you get involved in raising funds for starving children, or to save the trees or something. You just give a care. Okay? And this is what is so magnetic about you and draws people in. All right, let's take a look at what the next set of cards are saying. Go with that one. The Queen of Everything. Oh my goodness. Wow. Beautiful energy. So you might have your own business or have your own thing going. You're in charge wherever you're at, and this draws people in. You're the queen of your own world, and people find you very magnetic because of this. Also getting that you might be one of those people who knows, because we got the crown chakra there, who knows something about everything. You might be very intelligent, and you can have intelligent conversation on just about any subject, really, and people find you very magnetic for this reason. You have a look too that you may have a look that looks good in any part of the world that you go to. If you go to Asia, you go to Africa, you go to Brazil, you go to England, wherever, you look beautiful. You have a universally good look to you. Okay. So by what I mean by that too is, like, maybe it's possible that you have one of those multiracial looks. Okay, where your face, everyone can see something familiar in your face. Or alternatively, perhaps you're really good at makeup, and you're able to switch your look. You're like a chameleon, And no matter where you are in the world, you just have a look that anybody could love, really. You're very attractive. You kind of pull people in. You may have different facets to your looks. You may have multiple looks or different facets to your look. I get the feeling that you don't answer to anyone. You don't answer to anyone. And even if you do, you're considered the queen or king of something. So for instance, so even if you have a boss, right? Your boss approaches you, and yeah, sure, they sign your paychecks and they do your quarterly reviews or whatever, but they feel that you are the queen or king of this process that they have going there at your job. Okay, perhaps you are the one who knows the most about a particular process, or knows how to do something extremely well, and you know you're unrivaled in the company. Okay, in knowing this thing. So this is why people are drawn to you. It could be that you're really good at a certain skill or task, or there's something you do or know, and people are really drawn to you because of this, what you know. Okay. You may be very well connected as well. People may be really drawn to you because you have a lot of connections. You have a big network. A lot of people know you. You know how to connect one person to another person. Someone comes to you and says, man, I really been having this issue, or I feel like I need to do this thing. And you're like, well, I know a couple of people over there who might be able to help you. You know, you can connect people to everyone. And so you're like a hub. You're a hub of humanity, beautiful viewer. Or like, I don't know what it is. You're so very well connected. You connect everyone. You connect everything. You're very applicable to multiple situations. You're very flexible, adaptable. You could fit in anywhere. You're also the boss of your own vibe. I feel like people are very drawn to you because you own your style, right? You're not a copycat. And what I mean by that is, we're all copycats to some degree, right? Like people that came before us did certain styles, and we have those styles still alive today. So in a sense, we are copying forever, right? But there's something about your vibe. It's very unique, right? It's very innate, right? Your style is innate. You're not just trying to snatch a look or trying out this fad or that thing or whatever. You're exposed to everything, right? You're the queen of everything. You're exposed to everything. But what comes out of you when it's time for you to express yourself is very unique. It's got your unique stamp on it. It's unlike what anybody else is doing. And so therefore, you're very magnetic and you draw people in. Also, it could be that you are very good at everything. In the sense that, like, for instance, if you may have many skills that lots of people know how to do, and you know how to do those skills. You're a jack of all trades or a Jill of all trades. You may have you may be able to do many things, and so this is what draws people in, simply because of how useful you are too, right? Let's take a look at the bottom of the deck and see what's there for you. We have no strings attached. Yeah, you're not super clingy. That's why people are drawn to you. You are not super clingy at all. At all. It's like you're very potent. You have very potent energy. You have the power of something at your helm. You control something. You have authority. You can speak with authority on something or many things. And at the same time, you're not bound to anyone or bound to anything. You don't feel the need to cling to anyone. People have noticed that you kind of do your own thing. And this is what pulls people in to you. You're not attached to, for instance, you may be of a certain culture, but you don't necessarily feel like you always got to be rocking your culture. Okay. You may be the type of person that people hang out with you, but you're not calling them every day of the week after, acting like, what are we going to do next? What are we going to do next? What are we going to do next? You hang out and you move on, This makes people want to hold on to you because they're like, oh my gosh, you remember Viewer and how awesome they were? Man, have you heard from Viewer? Ever since we had such a great time with Viewer. have you heard from them since then? They're like, oh no, they went off and did this and went off and did that. And so that makes you more appealing. People are drawn to you because you're not calling back and you're overly clingy and trying to see what's up next and all this. Okay. You have your own thing going. So this is what attracts people and draws them in. You have your own causes. You have your own agenda. You're pursuing it too. I also feel like you may have cut yourself off from someone. You used to be attached to some people or someone, and you cut yourself off, and this makes you more magnetic actually to that person. And instead of crying for that person to come back into your life, you know, they may find out that yes, you are crying, but you're not crying for them. You're crying because, oh, there are kids dying in Africa, or the state of the world, the state of government, politics, whatever, you know. You have causes. You have a big heart, but you're not personally very clingy, but you care a lot about humanity as a whole. I'm getting Aquarian vibes. You may be an Aquarius or Aquarius rising. You don't have to be, but yeah. Okay, let's move on to the next set. Okay, we have sudden wealth. Oh my gosh, some of y'all may be very well off, okay, or you may be come across very well off. You may have a rich look, you know how to stretch that dollar, and you have some nice things. Maybe you've been willed some nice things. Maybe you inherited something nice. Maybe you have a nice house that your grandma gave you, or you get paid well. You have a good income. You may have won the lottery for a few of you, or you're just very lucky. People feel that you're very lucky. I kind of got that. What did I get? Oh yeah, the horseshoe. You have a lucky vibe, viewer. You have a lucky vibe. Like, people see you and they check out your stuff because they, a lot of times when people look at you or check you out, they're not just doing an assessment or checking you out, observing you or taking you in. They're comparing you to themselves, to others, and they feel that you're very lucky. You have a very lucky life, a very lucky vibe. You seem to have things that are going well for you, or you have this, you have that, things that they wish they had, they don't have. You just seem lucky, blessed, so they're drawn to you. Perhaps they want to take in some of this energy. Beautiful viewer. Okay, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Or maybe it could be that there are people who've hung out with you and found out whenever they were hanging out with you that good things happened to them. Good things started happening to them. Okay, we got a house. I mentioned something about inheriting a house. You may have a nice home. You may have a nice house or a nice place that you live at, and people are very drawn to you because of where you live or your community. Maybe you live in a gated community or your apartment. Maybe you have a nice swimming pool, or I don't know what it is, but people are drawn to your domicile, your abode, because of where you live, your address, your city, your town. People are drawn to you because you live in a rich part of town, or a fancy place where there's a lot of nice houses all around you. Okay, people feel that you have good fortune in your life, and so it draws people in. Okay, it draws people in. All right, let's take a look at your next set of cards. Okay, so why are people so drawn to you? Why do they find you so magnetic, right? Why are people, So why are people so drawn to my viewer? Why do people find you so magnetic? Okay, we got that one. Okay, so we have the it girl. Okay. Why are people so drawn to you? You have that it factor, viewer. You do. There's something about you that pulls people in. It's an unnameable, it's a je ne sais quoi, or what is that? Just some kind of unnameable thing that you've got going. People can't quite put their finger on it, but there's something about you that draws them in. It could be that there's something that you do, maybe the way you dress, your sense of fashion, your aesthetic, your look could draw people in, or there's something that you do for a living. Maybe you're a performer, or you may be, you may be a performer, or someone who's received accolades for something you did. You may have overcome certain obstacles in life, and it's very admirable what you have to overcome to get where you at. And so people admire you because of this. I see a girl in a wheelchair, but she looks like she's in a beautiful dress and just came back from a performance where people were throwing flowers at her, and there's, you know, she's wheeling herself into her dressing room, and she has all these letters and accolades and flowers. So despite whatever limitations you may have, you have proven yourself to be a cut above the rest in some aspect, in some way. And this is part of why people are drawn towards you. Perhaps you may be, you know, I'm not saying that a certain color is a limiting factor. I actually don't think it is. I think it's in our heads. Now, I'm not trying to say racism isn't real, or like or sexism isn't real, or that there are no bad forces in the world. That is not what I'm saying. I'm saying that, you know, we don't give as much credit to... Everyone has a unique energy signature, okay? Regardless of how they look, their background, their disabilities, their skin color, whatever it is. Everyone has a unique energy signature. So that no matter what type of situation they are at in life, it shines through. That signature, that energy signature, the it factor shines through no matter what. And you have it in troves. You have it in troves. There's something about you that shines through that people cannot help but admire. And it's going to be different and unique for each of you watching. Let me know what that is in the comment section. I would love to know. Let me know, what is your it factor? Because without a doubt, it is coming through. Okay. Let's take a look at your next. Oh, let's look at the bottom of the deck. That's what I like to do these days. Always doing something different. Create. You may be an artist. Maybe like a one-of-a-kind eclectic artist, or someone with a huge amount of talent and skill. It's something huge. You stand out because of it, actually. You've created certain things, created certain works of art, or created certain books, or written certain books, or made something very visible that others can see. You may have renovated houses, you may have written books, you may have made some music, you may have done some performances, you may have... There's something you have done that has caused a lot of attention to come onto you. And people are drawn to you because of what you've done. Beautiful viewer, people are drawn. Okay? They are drawn because what you do really pulls the eye. Maybe great at makeup, really pulls the eyes. Okay? Why are people drawn to my viewer? Why do people find my viewer to be so magnetic and alluring? Why are people drawn to my viewer? Go with that one. Cellular upgrade. Okay, yeah, you look young. You look young. You definitely look young for your age. Some of you may even look up to half your age. Yeah. Okay, you may be 50 but look like you're 28. You may be in your 60s but look like you're in your 40s. You take very good care of yourself. You may have a certain type of diet that slows down your aging and allows your body to renew itself on a very exaggerated schedule. You restore your body. You have a good sleep schedule possibly, or you just have really good genetic tendencies there. You may have spiritual practices that keep you looking young and very fit. I got muscles again. You may be in good shape. You may work out, and I think that people are really attracted to you because of your physique, or find you very magnetic because of your shape and your physique. You may have a good shape, and even if you don't, even if you're not statuesque, buff and all this, you may have a baby face. You may have a baby face, yeah. People are attracted to you because you have a young-looking features, even though something in them tells them you're a little older, but at the same time you look young, so it's very appealing. It keeps them guessing, and it's just that whole intrigue pulls them in. Okay. Also getting that you may have some kind of spiritual practice. You may meditate regularly or have meditated regularly off and on, and it's it's impacting your magnetic field, your quantum field very potently, and it acts like a magnet, right? Acts like a magnet. People are not able to put their finger on it, right? The it factor, and they're just kind of drawn in because you have aligned yourself with the forces of the universe, the vibration raising frequencies of the universe. You've aligned yourself with it, and this has the effect of pulling people in whether they realize it or not, because it's like your model resident of the universe, and you are constantly leveling up your chi. You're constantly leveling up your energy. Okay, you're following that divine blueprint of perfection. Okay, so you may be like a shaman type, very spiritual. You may be witchy. You may be an occultist. You may be someone who, you may be Gnostic. I don't know what it is that you are doing, but it is having the effect of pulling people in. You may just be really good about making sure to say certain affirmations to yourself every day to help you break out of illusions, or like you may be a self-healer. You may be healing yourself of something, upgrading your energy, tuning into certain frequencies on the regular. And this is having a side effect of magnetizing people in. On the bottom of the deck, we have family line. Okay, so this could be something that's generational. Yeah, this may be something that's generational. Like you are, this runs in your genes. Okay, it could be also that you may have a certain line of ancestry that you've inherited this pattern from. Okay, it says here, I release all inherited patterns of limitation and suffering, choosing instead to embody the highest expressions of my lineage's potential. So you're not the average viewer. You're not. You're very special. You are a very conscious individual. You're not asleep. you're awake, and everyone's in various stages of wakefulness, right, on the spiritual journey that we're on, called life, and just trying to explore and become more awake to who it is that we really are. And I get the feeling that you are some sort of like shamaness or shaman, and you are not the basic. You're doing more than average, and you're finding out who you are. And as you wake up, you're lighting up certain it's like when you first enter a house, right, and you start lighting the candles in each room. Okay, imagine most people's houses as dark, but when people come to your house, there's a few rooms or multiple rooms with the lights on, and they're like, what? They're fascinated. So this house represents your spiritual body, energy that you've worked on. And so people can pick up on it, and they're drawn to it. Okay, they're drawn to you tuning into your lineage's path. When your lineage is, this is something that comes from your lineage. Okay, you've been doing this for a while. Your family's done it. Your great grandmother did it. Your uncle did it, and everything's been passed down to you, and you're continuing that trend. So this is not something that began with you. It's been going for a long time, and you may come from a long line of people who are very spiritual, and you are exuding this energy, and it is very magnetic and draws a lot of people in. You may be a spiritual leader or teacher of some type, and people are drawn into this as well. They're drawn into whatever wisdoms you have to share with them. Why are people attracted to my view? Why do people find my view very magnetic? You are very strong. You have a lot of strength. You may be a Leo, or have a Leo somewhere in your chart that is expressing itself. You are very creative, and it's like you know who you are. You know who you are. You're not shaken. You're not easily shaken. You're very strong in yourself. You're not being washed about, and you're not wishy-washy and going with this fad or that fad. You are you. And I'm not saying you are you like you're not open to growth. Not that kind of you. It's more like you're very strong in yourself. Okay. Whatever it is you believe in it. You can't be easily moved from it. You are proud of yourself, but not in a cocky way. You're loyal to your people and what it is that you believe, your soul tribe. This is very magnetic. People find this very magnetic. You stand for something. You stand for something. You're not just, here today, gone tomorrow. You're very kind. You're very charitable to others. And you are willing to indulge other people. When they come by, you're willing to give them what they want. And, at the same time. So there's a good balance of energies going on with you. Yeah, you may have some type of handicap. I kind of saw it here with the wheelchair. You may be, I don't know, you may be dyslexic. You may have some sort of issue with your muscles. There's some sort of limitation you may have, but you don't let it stop you, right? You don't let it stop you. And this is part of what is people find magnetic about you, is that you're not held back by you have strength. You stand strong despite being held back by some type of handicap. And it could be a handicap that they don't see. You worked so hard you may be on the spectrum, but you mask really well or something. Or you may be dyslexic, but you figured out how to overcome it and get through with it. You may have some type of muscular issue, but yet you've built up your strength. You've worked out and you've avoided it letting it limit you. You may have like a speech impediment. I don't know what it is. So it could be hidden or visible. But it's the energy that you've applied to overcoming this and persisting and thriving and winning anyway is what is people find so magnetic about you. Okay, it may even be a handicap in society where people feel that some people might think that there's something about you that holds you back. Like maybe they might think maybe you have vitiligo or something, and some people are like, ooh, that must make it. Or you may have a burn on your head or something, and people are like, well, but you're just like magnetic anyway. Okay, you're doing what you need to do anyway, and people find that magnetic in you. Okay, we have viral. You may have gone viral when doing something. Exactly, you have been winning. You've been winning at something you do. Again, sudden wealth. You won at something, and that you have gotten yourself involved in. And it makes you very magnetic. People are really drawn into you because they're like, wow, look how much of this thing viewer did. Look how well it performed here. Look at, obviously they got something down, and so they're drawn to you because you're winning, probably regardless of whatever limitation that they maybe think you have, or whatever limitation you do have. Okay, very interesting. Okay, proud of you. Jackpot. Wow, they think you're lucky. Yeah, it keeps coming up. People think that you're very lucky, that you're able to draw good things to yourself, and so they find you very attractive because of this. They're very drawn to you because of this. They want to kind of see if they can get some of that energy. Lawsuit. Legislation. Okay, so people may feel that you're on the winning side of the law, that the laws or something is favoring you at this time. People may be drawn to you maybe because you work in the legal industry. Perhaps you are a lawyer, or you may be a cop, you may be a judge, or you may be a politician of some type, or a lawmaker. Maybe you are a legislator or some type of, I don't know what it is. Maybe you're on the school board and you help make, maybe I don't know what it is. Okay, but you may have some type of be in some type of position of influence or power. People may be drawn to you as well because you're very familiar with the laws of some kind, maybe spiritual laws, or maybe you're very familiar with legalities, or you're very familiar with the laws of whatever scenario that you are in. Okay, whatever situation that you're in, you know it. You know the rules and legislations like the back of your hand. Okay, like you have the book memorized. You're like a walking encyclopedia. And people are drawn to you because of this. Wow, 777. These are different decks. 777, 777. People feel that you're blessed. People feel that you're that you're very lucky. You may have won something, or again, you went viral. The world. Yeah. I'm getting that again here with the world. She's holding the globe in her hand there. People feel that you're very worldly. Like you may be from one part of the world, grew up in another part of the world, went to school in yet another part of the world, and now are working in or living in some other part of the world. Like you are just all over the place. You're well-rounded. Okay? You're not boring. Okay? You know a lot of different places or something. And if that's not the case, people feel that you travel a lot, or that you travel to a lot of different places. You're well-traveled, or that you're very accomplished. Okay, maybe you're not well traveled. Maybe you're just very, very accomplished. You accomplished something major in your life. You may have, some people really look up to this. You may be married and have kids, and been married for quite some years now, and be doing it very successfully. Okay, or you may have a really nice career. People look up to that too. A very good, well-rounded career. Maybe a lawyer or something, or you may be like a translator, a clerk, or I don't know, a legal clerk or something like that. I've forgotten the terms, but yeah, you may just have some kind of distinguished career that they really look up to and really impressed that you have. Again, that kind of goes landing on top of create. So it could be that there's something you've done. Okay, your career may be very admirable. You may have received awards. You may have received accolades. You're maybe a notable person, and people are really drawn to you because of this. The Empress, very abundant. You've created something successfully for yourself. Maybe you have money. You have lots of money. Seeing through someone or something. Again, yeah. So you are people feel that you see right through them. And I kind of got that with this third eye blind. Yeah. People feel that when they're dealing with you, when they're talking to you, like you can tell what's going on with them. They can't hide things from you. They can't hide things from you. Or what will end up happening is during the course of your talking to them, you might start just saying stuff and saying, well, okay, well, cool. Maybe you're just chatting them up or just chit-chatting, and you start saying things that have been happening to them, or pointing out things that maybe they were trying to hide from you. And you're like, so what's going on with that? And they're like, how did they notice that? Or maybe you might say something like, so, you want me to give you a shoulder rub? Just out of the blue. And they're like, my shoulders have been killing me for the past few days. How did viewer know? Or, and you're just giving a rub just because you just had that. You just thought, you're just being nice. You're just like, oh, you said you'd had a hard day. Let me just rub your shoulders real quick or something. Or maybe you start talking, and the thing you choose to talk about is something they've been studying for the past 3 months. You're just lucky. You seem to just hit the ball out the park. You strike it rich. You strike it lucky. You hit the nail on the head. You're that type of person. You tend to say the right things at the right time, or say what people are thinking, or, you're just dialed in, you're tuned in, you may be very psychic or intuitive, and people are very drawn into this because of you. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. We'll wrap it up. We have repercussions. Okay. Interesting. Repercussions. We have someone in jail here. And we have a jail keeper. Interesting. So I think that people are drawn to you because it could be that you don't tolerate nonsense. You don't tolerate nonsense, okay? People don't tend to get away with things around you. And maybe it makes people feel safe. Yeah, people feel like, you're a law-abiding citizen. That's another thing. People feel that you're a law-abiding citizen, okay? And, you don't break laws, and you follow the rules. And so that may be a reason why they're attracted to you. You don't seem like a hooligan. You don't seem like a criminal or a lawbreaker. You don't. I feel like people feel that you keep yourself in check too. People feel that you're not the type to let yourself, do whatever. You're controlled. And when I say controlled, I don't mean that you're repressing yourself. They just feel that you cultivated yourself to be a kind of person that it's not even like you have to hold yourself back to, you're just so desperate to do something bad, you gotta hold yourself back. It's not like that. It's just people get that vibe. That you are self-controlled. You will not allow yourself to do whatever, you're not a rule breaker. When someone's speaking, you're quiet. You're well mannered, maybe too. You follow certain rules, like when it's time to eat, you eat. When it's time to stop eating, you're done eating. You don't start eating extra, or maybe you make sure that you follow certain rules when it comes to your health, or when it comes to just the law in general, or when it comes to how you treat people, or when it comes to spiritual laws. You follow the rules. You hold yourself back when you need to hold yourself back. Okay? You know how to transmute, maybe restrain if you have to, your shadow self, or transmute that energy. So people feel safe around you. That's what I was getting with that. People feel safe around you. They feel that you're not a lawbreaker. You're not trying to hurt anybody. If you're doing something wrong, you're the first person to check yourself. Okay, you check yourself. People don't have to check you. And this is why people are drawn to you. And that's what I'm seeing in the cards for you today, my beautiful viewer. I hope you enjoyed it. It's for you. Okay, so whoever is coming to view this reading, this is your reading. Just take what resonates and leave the rest for others. And maybe spend time thinking about some of these. If you don't quite get it right away, you may find that it does match up with what I'm saying with you later on down the road. So please let me know which part of this reading was scarily accurate for you. Okay, which part of this reading really was just like, whoa, that is me to a T. Let me know in the comment section. I would love to chat with you. I read all the comments. If you enjoy this reading and would like to support my work, then please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would deeply appreciate it. It would help the channel out quite a bit. And if you've already subscribed, then please know that I love you. And I really appreciate you being a part of this family, this collective. Thank you for being here today and bringing your energy in, and for tuning in. If you would like to know how else you can support this channel, then go ahead and hit that hype button to get this video promoted so that we can continue to grow as a family. Thank you so much, and take very good care of yourself, okay? And catch up with you later. Bye!